Hi, I'm Maddie Bagdonis, and we are here for part one of the positional previews for women's basketball today. We're going to start with the returners, and I'm here with head coach Shanda Rigby. How are you doing today?
Great. Glad to talk about my favorite subject today.
Perfect. Yes, we're going to start with the returners.
Okay.
We've got Leilani, Ashley, Imani, and we also have Fortuna and Zay. So just starting off with the group as a whole, what have you seen this year in the growth in the off-season from them?
I'm so thankful to have each of those players back, and the Trojan fans are going to love seeing how they've grown since last season, and they're stepping into that leadership position. They're very strong leaders, and they're very mindful of the importance of them stepping up to lead. They're very good players. They've also improved off the court, but having that run at the end of the season last year in the WNIT all the way to the championship game, and all the adversity we faced throughout that, it really grew them up, and it really poised them to be a great group to lead this Trojan women's basketball program.
Yeah, and how have you seen them set the tone for the team this year, coming off of that success last year and the adversity that they faced? How have you seen them set the tone for those newcomers?
They know what is not acceptable in order to keep our dream alive of winning championships and doing important things. So they have that bar set. They have the bar set, and they don't accept anything to fall underneath it.
Yeah, now we'll go into some player specifics. We'll start with Leilani. You know, we've talked a lot about her growth and her development. Talk about how you've seen that over the off-season. Leilani
is an incredible shooter. I think she literally had the highest three-point shooting percentage on our team last year. She's an incredible shooter. She's one thing that separates her is she always takes smart shots. But the thing that's different about her this year is she has no agenda. It seems to me that she has no agenda other than this team winning at the highest level we can. So no matter what we're asking her to do, in some cases we're playing smaller lineups this year, so we're actually moving her to the 4 position some. No matter what we're asking her to do, she's just happy to do it because she trusts the coaches, she believes in her teammates, and she just wants to win.
Yeah, and we've talked a little bit about at Media Day about her confidence growing on the court. Talk about those things that she did that kind of helped her grow in that confidence and how you as a coach helped that as well.
Well, hard work in the dark always breeds confidence, and she does a lot of that. She came here with a good background. Her dad coached her a little bit, I think, in skills, and she came from a great junior college at Eastern Florida, but she's continued that work ethic, and that builds confidence. She told me at the beginning of the year, I asked her what she wanted to do most for the team this year, and she said she wanted to be a servant leader. And then, coincident, as things would happen, she got a national award for being a servant leader, the KVL Servant Leader Award, and so that kind of sparked things, and so, yeah, so she's serving our team and serving everybody on it and just lifting us all up.
That's awesome. And now we're going to move over to Ashley. You know, she's a great player. We've kind of seen her step into that leadership role, like you said, for everybody this year. What have you seen from her in that growth in the leadership role?
Ashley's our spark plug, and there's never a day that she is not our spark plug. She is high energy, all effort every day. And so that always comes in handy when you have as much ability as her. But two things are very different about her this year. Number one, she's grown up in the fact that she was just kind of single-minded before, like, I have to go score. I've got to make this happen. Now she knows when to put that onus on a teammate, or she knows when to get the ball to other people, which is going to help her. It's going to free things up for her. The other thing that's very different about her is Coach Murphy is her position coach. She's worked with her so much in this offseason. Ashley has become a true scorer. So we're going to see her hitting the 3. We're going to see her hitting a mid-range, making different moves to get to the goal and score.
Yeah, and a little bit about from last season, she's great in that steal aspect on defense and things like that. What can we expect from her this season?
So that's the difference in our team. We always say rebounding is king on our team, but this year we're saying that steals and forced turnovers are queen. And whether she leads us in that stat, it might be a little deceptive, but she is leading in the on-ball pressure that leads to somebody else's steal. So she's going to make our deflections and steals possible because of the on-ball pressure she always applies to the man she's guarding.
Yeah, that's awesome. And moving on to Imani, she's a very confident player. Seeing her in the exhibition game, she's very powerful and led the team strong. Tell me about her and her growth in the offseason.
Imani has changed 100%. There's no resemblance of who she was last year at this time because she was just coming in here. I don't think she fully had the understanding of, you know, what falls on your shoulders when you have to stay focused throughout a 35-game season to win a championship and to play at this high level. She just came in here as a college student, basically, that played basketball. Now she's taking everything so seriously. And I'll say this about Imani, you know, there are a few players that I've coached in my lifetime that I feel like when I go in the gym with them, I feel like God just bestowed bestowed a particular gift on them that they just have it, and hers is shooting the three. I mean, it's like a heat-seeking missile when it leaves her hand. It's just going in, and she's owning that now. She's always had that. That's why we recruited her. I think she made 8 threes in her All-Star game at junior college, but now she's owning that, and she's grateful. She understands that she has a gift. She's grateful for it, and she's trying to use it to the highest level.
Yeah, and how have you seen that affect the rest of the returners and kind of inspire them, but just also like mesh with the rest of the returners?
Yeah. So everybody has respect for her shooting, right? And it frees up. It's going to free up everybody on the court because of what she can do, the threat that she is. She's going to draw so much attention on defense that's going to open up things for other players.
Yeah, and moving on to Fortuna, you know, she is big focus on rebounds. You talked about it, how you guys always have the big focus on rebounds. She's a star player in that aspect. What can we see for her?
Fortuna, I just have to laugh because she hustles and she handles the ball like a guard, but she's a post player, and she bruises and she bangs in there like a post player and rebounds like a post player. But she just surprises us every day. She's one that might actually come out and lead this in the steals category. Even though she's a post player and she's in the back of the press most of the time, she's the most instinctive. She's the one who never loses sight of where the ball's going next, and so she can go make a steal. And you just don't hear that much about somebody you're depending on to be your post player. So I feel confident that she is anchoring us in the paint, but it's so much more than that.
Yeah, and how has she kind of helped grow with the team as well in this and being here at Troy?
Well, first of all the coaches were talking just in the office about it just this week, how happy she's become here at Troy. She's writing articles. She has a blog, the inside look at our program and our players. She's developed, I think, more friends across campus. I mean, you know, she comes here, she's from another country. She's from a whole other country, and she's very serious about being a great basketball player. And last year, it was just mostly all seriousness. This year, she's still serious about being a great basketball player, but she's more of an all-around student, along with a student athlete, and on a college campus enjoying her experience.
Yeah, and finishing out with Zay, you know, she won all these honors, you know, preseason all Sun Belt team. Tell me about her and just in that growth and that leadership role that we were talking about.
Zay just has a very strong desire to be great at everything she does. She's a biology major. She's had a 4.0 grade point average most semesters since she's been here. If she makes a B in a class, it's the end of the world to her, and that's the same way she is on the court. She wants to be the best every night for Troy University and for this team. We have to back her off from that perfectionism. I mean, we're backing her off from like the goals of high rebound numbers, and that sounds crazy, but we want her to understand that she's going to bring value to this team every night, whether it's in a rebound number, which most of the time it will be, whether it's in scoring numbers, which most nights it will be. But even if it weren't those two aspects, she brings so much to winning for our program that in advance of everything she does this season, I'm just proud of her. I'm proud she's a Trojan, and she's going to do great things this year.
Yeah, and we talked a little bit at Media Day with her about her leadership role and how she's kind of taken in these freshmen and these transfers. What have you seen that she's done the most to change that?
Just this past week, she had them all over to the apartment and cooked for everybody. She cooked. She's a really good cook, and she assigned some of them to cook other things. I think Amani fried the chicken. She did the cabbage, and they all cook things, and they have movie nights. So in the past, it seems like the coaches were always working to fill out activities, fill the calendar with activities that would force them to bond. But really, Zay and those seniors are taking on that role, and we're not having to do it, and it's more authentic because it's coming from them.
Yeah, well, that's been great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This has been part 1 for the positional previews with the returners.
Go Trojans.